Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Cinema Files and the final for the Matchbox B-17 build. For those that didn't follow along, that just jumped ahead because you guys are kind of like, I don't know, cheaters, whatever. It's like kind of like taking a novel and going to the back cover and reading the last page before you read the novel, it's kind of rude. But anyway, for those of you that were rude and didn't follow the other videos, the build that we did was a B-17 called the Black Bitch. It was a assembly craft that was in the 351st Bomb Group in Polebrook, England. Originally, she was dubbed Lucky Strike. She went on several missions, of course, for the bomb group. Came back, damaged here, there, and every other where, just like all the other ships. But at one point, it was so bad they decided that she wasn't airworthy enough for combat duty. So they pulled her off the line, and at some point they took her, stripped her of all her armament, painted her black all over, and used her as an assembly ship and a hack for the group. In other words, for those that don't know, the assembly ship was the ship that took off first on every mission. It would take off, it would circle the field, and as the other bombers would take off, they'd all form up on the assembly ship. The assembly ship would then lead them to a certain point where they would join up with the other bomb groups. It would turn around and come home. Okay, that's why I didn't have any armament, because it was never meant to go back into combat. It was just a beacon, a taxi, a Judas goat is another thing they called it. The other thing they used it for was to transport things back and forth between different bases. They'd load it up with supplies, whiskey, women, apparently sometimes, and then they would ferry those things back and forth between the bases. Okay, but yeah, it's a really unique aircraft. It's all black, something you've never seen before. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so here she is, the Black Bitch, all decked out in black. Actually, all the definition is really kind of hard to see with all the black. Of course, my lighting isn't very good. Maybe I can get in here a little bit, if it'll light up a little bit. But yeah, it was painted all black. The specialty stuff that was done to it was removing the chin turret, removing the top turret, removing the ball turret, filling those things in, removing all the other guns from the aircraft, and then basically painting her black. There was nothing really special about this. It was just kind of a simple build. But I dig it myself. I think it looks really cool all in black. All the markings were taken off except for the stars and bars. Wow, it's really hard to see any detail in this. We custom made the back marking, the tail marking, the big J on there. If you'll remember also, I had talked about how at one point, because I'm just an idiot, I decided to dull coat the entire aircraft, which makes sense for a military aircraft. But after seeing pictures from the aircraft sitting in Kingman, Arizona after the war, she was definitely gloss black. Okay, it was an automotive paint they actually used on it, from what I understand. So it was gloss. So I went back and I repainted the plane with a clear coat, and that clear coat fogged all the windows, and it was bugging the hell out of me that I went and I screwed that up. But I've been watching the TV series Masters of the Air. I think it's up to 6 episodes right now, and I've watched each one probably about 3 times. Okay, I just can't get enough of the show. It's pretty cool. But something escaped me that somebody pointed out in my comments section, and it really alleviated my mind. It made me feel better, and that is having the glazed over windows. And that's because if you watch the show, every morning before takeoff, the windows are all fogged over. They're iced over or fogged over. They can't see out of them anyway. So I didn't screw it up. It's accurate, and I meant to do that. I was absolutely meaning to do that, and I wanted to see if anybody would figure it out. Yeah, right. Like I really meant to do that. But anyway, this is the Black Bitch. She's done. I'm pretty happy with it. And as you can see, it's very difficult to make out any details in this. So I'm going to take some snapshots and I'm going to put them at the end of the video. This way, hopefully you can get a better look at it. The other thing that I did is I used some oils, and you can't really see it on here. I wanted it subtle, but I think the camera's just not showing it very well. And that is doing the exhausts on the gray paint, on the black paint. Used a gray oil paint to put that on there. I think it came out pretty good. Nice and subtle, to be honest with you. Not too much. Did it on the bottom also. You can barely see it, but again, a little is more than enough, I think. So, but yeah, that is the Black Bitch, and she'll be going on display soon. But thank you everyone who followed along. It was a kind of a long video series, but yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, till next time, guys, be strong.